What has been one of the most beneficial parts of your mentoring?
The biggest thing has been it's given me the opportunity to step out of my everyday operational tasks and actually think about the business more holistically. It's so easy for us to get really caught up in those little tasks that we're doing every day, and everything seems like the biggest problem, right? And so it's allowed me to actually step out of that and have someone to talk to who doesn't know or care about those small things. So it's much more high level and holistic. And it's interesting, I specifically chose someone who doesn't have the same expertise as me and isn't in the role or has never been in a similar role to what I'm in. And the reason for that was I didn't want technical advice, and I didn't want that technical knowledge from someone. I actually wanted something that was more holistic for the whole business. I wanted to learn more about business strategy and making operations better. And I wanted it to come from a perspective other than my own, with my own background. So that's been really helpful as well. And then I think the other thing I found surprising is that obviously, well, actually, I don't know what the other mentors are like, but Bob, who is my mentor, he doesn't have experience working for, African-based businesses or anything like that. But even though we have these cross-cultural issues, at the end of the day, I came to Kijani to build a business, and those fundamentals are the same regardless of where you go. And so that's been really helpful as well. We don't get stuck into the nitty gritty of, but this is what it's like here, that's not how it works, or whatever. So something else is he has given me a lot of confidence. Being a woman and a younger woman in Africa can sometimes be challenging. My authority is not always respected, and especially by older male colleagues. And it's been amazing to talk to him and let him know something I'm dealing with, and to have that support. And, for him to say to me, no, but they have to listen to you, or you made the right decision, or you said the right thing, or, also how to tackle some of those problems. So yeah, that's been super helpful for me.
Wow. Ashleigh, I just want to thank you again for your time. Just getting on here to hear you say those things is so beneficial, for me, as the founder, one of the founders and leader of Ardent, to hear how much the mentoring has benefited you and from unique perspectives. So thank you so much for sharing those. The entrepreneurial journey is busy, as you know, and your role is busy. Quinn is busy. The other talented entrepreneurs are busy. It's a grind, it's a challenge, it's somewhat described as an uphill battle both ways. What would you say to another talented entrepreneur or CEO about carving out time for this amidst the busyness?
So as I mentioned in my previous response, I think that it's been invaluable for me to step outside and look at the business from a higher level. And through that, I have implemented things that I probably would have thought that's not a priority, I'm not doing that now. But having someone to be a soundboard and also workshop things with has helped me to actually start implementing things that have made a huge difference now. Like, to give you an example, we worked on a really robust set of assessment criteria for my team. And having that has been amazing, because now other teams had seen it and said to me, I would actually really like to use that, and that is fundamental for our business. We need people and they need to perform. And so, but in the moment, we're like, okay, we'll do that later. But having someone else to talk to, especially, the way that came up was I was having some challenges with my team. And so the suggestion was, well, you need to have an assessment criteria, but in the moment you think, oh, but that's going to take time. I don't have the time for that. But it actually makes a huge difference. So I think, those two things, like being able to take a step out and look at things more holistically, will be a game changer. And it will force you to implement things that is really important, but you're too crowded with everything else going on.
Wow, great answer. Thank you. So would you say that the time you put aside that you're taking away from other things you do is actually saving you more time and money on the
Yes.
other side after the mentoring?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's wonderful to hear. And this might be another yes or no question, but as Talenton is investing in different businesses and they're invested in Kijani Forestry that you work for, do you feel, Talenton's looking and is hopeful of supporting you holistically and also, seeing a great ROI? Everyone here involved wants a great ROI on that investment. You guys, Talenton, everybody. Do you feel like the mentoring is one thing contributing to that positive ROI and the support that Talenton's looking to give its businesses it invests in?
Yes, absolutely. So another colleague of mine, Kevin, is also a mentee, and her and I speak about our experience quite a lot. And I know that she has also absolutely loved it. And I think for her, even more so, because she has never worked in a corporate setting before. And so having someone to speak to about these types of things, she said, has been amazing. And, I know with her mentor, he always gives her exercises to do, and he looks at things from a personal and business perspective. And I know that she's found that really helpful. So I would say yes, because both me and her have had a very positive experience, and we've been able to take that back to the business.
Wonderful. Well, Ashleigh, thank you so much for taking some time to share your perspective with us. As you think about recommending Ardent, last question, if you were to recommend Ardent to someone else, in your own words, what might you say to them? How might you encourage them to go about participating in our program?
I think that you do need to take the time. And I know before I started, that was always the conversation. You can't just show up and hope that things are going to change or you're going to actually get anything out of it. You do have to put a little bit of thought into it before and after, and make sure that you're actually implementing the things that you've spoken about. Because I can imagine as things get busy, you're just like, oh, I've got this call, you jump on, not having thought about it at all. And I can imagine you wouldn't get as much out of it in that instance. And so, because that was something that you guys mentioned to me, and when I first started speaking to Bob, we spoke about that as well. And we made it really clear, like there is no obligation. If this isn't working or you don't have the time, you can't put the effort in, then we don't have to continue. And I think pressure being off and me knowing this is actually for me and I need to benefit from it, so therefore I actually have to put the time in, has really helped. And so I would recommend, don't just do it for the sake of doing it, do it because you can actually get something out of it.